the last, honest to God, the newspaper was so full of this mess. What would you like to say over all of the supposed racist emails?
Gee. You know, we met with those folks on Wednesday, so, you know, I don't want to stir the pot up a bunch, but as I'm sure most individuals know here, Pauline Basso has been attacked, and to me, to a lesser extent, but mainly against Pauline, that she forwarded some emails to friends and neighbors that were, you know, hateful and racist, according to the claims and the perpetuation in the News Times. I want to say first is that racism is defined as the belief that race is a primary determining factor in human traits and characteristics and capabilities, and inherently one race is superior to another. That's what racism is. There was absolutely nothing in any of these emails that fall within that definition. It's a term that is loosely thrown around now by many people. Anytime you want to say or do anything that's in opposition to their particular political agenda, like enforcing the laws of the United States, and it's hurtful, but it is what it is. People do that. I can't speak, and I won't pretend to speak for Pauline, but whether you think the emails were in poor taste, that's a personal opinion. Each person has to decide. And Pauline apologized for that. But having this big press conference without, you know, decrying how, you know, bad a person Pauline must be because, you know, she sent these emails or forwarded these emails, without even giving her the courtesy of a phone call to say, hey, can you come down and explain, you know, this?
Right.
To me, that was unconscionable, just unconscionable.
Especially since they were accumulated from...
Oh, they were accumulated from a period of months and months and months and months, and they were presumably the worst of, you know, a number of... Pauline and I attended a meeting with Reverend Pitts, Wilson Hernandez, the Reverend, I want to get this right, Keeney Mulligan of New Milford on Wednesday. And, you know, I have to say it was a good, honest, open dialogue. I don't think they probably got the answer they wanted from me, but I don't think they'll ever get that answer. But I guess what I have to say, I should speak to the two emails that I sent that Pauline subsequently forwarded. They were political satire. They deal with the immigration problem we have in this country. It happened to dealt with Latinos and or Hispanics, whichever, as that is the largest segment of the illegal alien problem here in the country. But for those that want to make somehow those things racist, they're the same ones that always cry out that you're racist, you're bigoted, you're divisive anytime you want to say or do anything to enforce the immigration laws of this country. No apology is required, and none is forthcoming from me.
Well, it diverts attention, and the name-calling causes you to defend yourself instead of having good dialogue.
I just have to retort, what don't you understand about the word illegal?
Mm-hmm.
So
well, even today, the newspaper, when I picked it up this morning, I had heard from you yesterday about how positive the meeting was and whatever, and what's the headline? Basso Pitts meet over racist emails. Come on, it's just incendiary.
It is, and if there was anything divisive about the whole thing, was making private mail public.
Right.
There was nothing divisive involved in this community over those emails until that was done.
Well, I like the fact that they said, Mr. Pitts said, I think this worked very well. He said, Pauline and I sat next to each other. I didn't feel any animosity whatsoever. She gave me a very, very big hug at the end. You know, and I could see her doing that.
Yeah, I mean, Pauline's probably got the biggest heart of any person, you know, in politics in the town of Danbury. And there's not an ounce of hatred in her heart.
No.
And my comment as a scenario was, when you anybody looks and sees hatred where there is none, you've got to look in your own heart first, because there's the source of the problem. But anyway, I'm not going to belabor it anymore.
No, I'm
we had
not
a good
either.
conversation. Hopefully we can move forward, but I will continue to be an advocate for the enforcement of our immigration laws,
Of the laws,
as will Pauline, I'm sure. But again, I'm not speaking for Pauline.
Okay.
But for those of you who know and love her, she is on the ballot in position 6A.
Okay, you said,
Well, speaking of illegal aliens,